Hey guys, I am Ibigandscary. I'm bringing you another StarCraft 2 replay, this time featuring in our top right hand side D&D, our orange Protoss, gold Protoss. I go gold. I'll go gold. That's kind of an orange. Cryptys is our blue Terran. This is game 4 out of the best of 5 between the two of them. It is a final in the tourney that they are taking part in, and I have a very great pleasure to cast this finals match because it's been absolutely fantastic. Cryptys has had some just mind-boggling, really good drops, especially in the first game where he could hit his stride, do constant aggression in 2 different points, really just top drawer micromanagement. D&D, however, once he gets up that late game composition, has shown that he really knows how to play this game as Protoss. Get those Colossus out, keep them up, and then just throw down the storm after storm after storm, which melts away Cryptys' heavy bioplay. Both players being able to correctly use their their unit composition, and so really just it comes down to who can last longer. Can D&D last into the late game? Can Cryptys keep up his constant aggression and make it so that D&D can never really get comfortable enough to take that third and secure it? Cryptys is moving out with 2 different FCVs. Could be a misclick, could be an all-in. We do see no barracks being produced up at the up in the main base, so it's probably going to be some sort of all-in. We do see the first barracks being produced, probably going to see another one right on top of it. Normally I would say that this is just that traditional barracks with a tech lab marauder harassment that's early on that can kind of punish the hubris from Protoss if they're deciding to get an early nexus. However, with 2 SCVs being pulled off, and we can see that pretty much all the money is being spent purely on barracks production, there goes a refinery, so we probably are going to see a tech lab, and D&D is going to know that something's up. He's going to call shenanigans as soon as he hits the front door. No barracks being produced. That wall off is not complete. We do see a refinery, but we don't see anything else. The command center is not warping into an orbital just yet, but we're probably going to see that as soon as the barracks does finish. Second barracks being produced back at home. Ultimately, I don't think this is a bad decision for Cryptys. Remember that he is so very good at micromanagement, at small decision making, and making it so that a harassment can happen in one direction or another. D&D scouting around with his probe, desperately trying to find a barracks over here. He's just like, Cryptys, you're playing, right? I mean, you're just joking. No, he sees 2 more SCVs leaving. He's going to know he's up against an all-in of as far as all-ins goes. This is as all-in as you possibly get. Look at that supply gap. 22 over 14. 2 tech labs being added onto those 2 barracks. So we're going to see 2 marauders at a time. And that's going to be incredibly intimidating, especially if that slow gets on there. Cybernetic Core has been started, but it's going to be quite a long time until the first stalker is out on the field. In fact, that Gateway is remaining silent just for the time being so that he can start production of the stalker right away. Warp Gate tech also being added on, and D&D is just praying that whatever harassment comes very just a couple of seconds. Just give me a couple more seconds. I need to get up another gateway. I need to get up Warp Gate tech. I need to get up more than 1 stalker. Please wait. And I know that Cryptys he's got another marauder on the production tab. Bunker is going down on the low ground, and that first marauder is out. He's going to be shelling down quite a lot of damage on that zealot, but that zealot is going to town on all of those SCVs. One of the SCVs really far into the red. Oh, it looks like that stalker is taking way too much damage from the marauder is taking way too much damage from the stalker. The zealot falls, but so does the marauder, and that is a major loss for Cryptys. He needs to have that damage that he can just push in and do a little bit of damage to that stalker, not having to worry about just too much. Even if that red marauder had to take shelter permanently in the bunker, it would have been a major boon to Cryptys. So it's a big loss for him and a major win for D&D, knowing that he only has to deal with 1 marauder for the time being. 2 stalkers are out. D&D doing a good job keeping that second stalker behind the first one, making it so that the marauder does just a little bit of damage, but with 3 SCVs still on the field right now, that bunker's going to stay in pristine health. Another marauder adding up into the bunker. We can see another marauder on the production tab as well as concussive shells, but I don't think Cryptys is going to wait for that 3rd marauder to come out. Pushing forward, a lot of money on the production tab for both players right now. The Marauders pushing up with 2 SCVs behind them, content to play Ring Around the Rosie with 2 Zealots behind them. The Stalkers, will they be able to micro correctly to eventually wear down those SCVs so that they don't have to be chased by them? But the Marauders just need to get a couple more pot shots off on these Stalkers. That Stalker is in so low health. But what is this? Warp Gate tech is done. 4 Warp Gates morphing in, and so much money right now. D&D just spinning them down instantly in the form of 2 more Zealots and 2 more Stalkers. Oh no, Cryptys. The 3 supporting Marauders arriving just in the nick of time to fail. And there's no SCVs left to repair the bunker. Oh no, this is disastrous. The bunker falls for Marauders against so many warp gates. Oh no, D&D with a clutch hold. This is absolutely incredible. D&D doing a fantastic job holding back this aggression. And now that the Marauder count has been just slaughtered, there's nothing to stop him from pushing down south, eventually finding these bunkers. Cryptys knows that, tapping out like a true gentleman. D&D takes this 3-1. A great play by both players. Cryptys, good decision making. This was a good decision. He's seeing that D&D is really, really good. Later on, whenever he gets that in-game composition, when he only has to worry about one major engagement, D&D is untouchable, and Cryptys knows it. And so Cryptys, knowing that he did so well on those drops, knowing that if he got D&D kind of spread too thin, making it so his attention is in more than one area, he has the advantage, and he was playing to his strengths with this build. I know you guys think it's cheese, and it could be considered cheese. It probably is cheese, but it's a good play, especially in a tourney, and I think that Cryptys just had, I don't know. He look at this production tab. He's got 2 Marauders on the production tab right now. Could have maybe not done a tech lab on one, made a barracks on the other one. I don't care. D&D won the match, and that's all that we really care about. D&D had a hard time holding that front door. Maybe throwing in a sentry there could have held that force field on the ramp just a little bit better, but ultimately he kept his stalkers alive, doing a fantastic play of keeping one stalker in front of the other one, making it so it was taking the damage rather than the weakened one, and then keeping both of those stalkers alive, playing Ring Around the Rosie with the Zealots chasing the Marauders and the SCVs chasing the stalkers. Good micro there from D&D, eventually wearing down those 2 SCVs, allowing him to eventually deal with those Marauders, and ultimately buying enough time to get the tech out that he needed. This was so incredibly tense for D&D. It literally came down to 5 seconds one way or the other, and Cryptys would have been able to steamroll up with 2 Marauders versus a single Zealot, and then shortly thereafter a single Stalker, and this would have been a build order win for Cryptys, but D&D had a 5-second window to hold this, and he did. Hats off to D&D. Hats off to Cryptys too for doing a hell of a job in this finals. Thank you very, very much for watching all 4 of the games. I hope you guys have been following this from game 1, because both of these guys deserve a round of applause. I will see you guys later. I am Big and Scary. Bye.